What was I doing? Yeah, I got really sidetracked. Like, hello everyone. It's me. It's Jep. It's Jep. Yeah, I got really sidetracked today. Like, I went onto YouTube being like, oh hey, like I'll just do like they start doing the stuff for the last week's stream VOD, or like, you know, the last 14 VOD. And like I pulled up the thing, and then it was, oh hey, like, you know, do you want to do a short survey? And I was like, sure, okay, I'll do a short survey. And then it was like fucking half an hour, and I was like, no. Or like I did the whole thing, but it was like, ugh. I was kind of hoping it'd be quicker than that, and then it wasn't. I was like, oh. But yeah, I've at least like slapped a card on the thing. I still need to do the details for the video and like make it unprivate. So it was just like, oh well, I mean, yeah, I haven't like done any of the tags or stuff for it yet, so I kind of need to do that at some point. Just knocked over a pin. Sorry, I'm doing the replying to other people because I was having like 2 conversations just before stream. So it's just like, oh hey, what am I gonna do today? What do we want to do? like I know what needs doing. I'm at a point where I was at thingy, wasn't I? I was a Razatan. Um, just before, yeah, I was at Razatan. I was like, oh hey, like they were just like, oh hey, there's somebody here who wants to talk to you. Like, you know, there's a mysterious guest. So I should do that. Like, what have I done in the... what did I do yesterday? I spent like 8 hours playing yesterday. I spent like 8 hours playing yesterday. And what was that entirely... Like, what was that entire thing? Becoming a botanist. Like, what did I do yesterday? I leveled up my botanist, or like I claimed the botanist class, and I spent like ages leveling that up. So my botanist is now 51. I did some fisher classes, and now my fisherman's 67. Or like I was like, and even that was pretty much just lev quests. God, like I really appreciate how like quickly you can level up through the lev quests. Like as long as you like. You know, they just give like so much experience for the handle lands. So it's just like, yeah, okay. So I spent like ages doing. Well, so I spent a while doing fisher quests. Let's say I started leveling up my botanist. The only bit of combat I did yesterday was like I did a couple of feats to my dragoon, and that was like it. It was like it. Okay, okay. What do I want to do? I kind of want to do a little bit of warming up. Yeah, I kind of want to do a little bit of warming up. I think I might queue up for some of my dailies with my dancer, maybe? Because I want my dancer to be a higher level, because I appreciate being able to take dancer into, kind of areas and just kind of pick off the kind of local wildlife. Or like, especially if I'm like just going through areas, I'm just like, oh hey, like I need to kill some things for some stuff, and like, you know, dancer makes it easier to kind of like run and gun, as it were. And also a peanut butter sandwich ASMR, because this is kind of my breakfast. I say at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, what do I want to level? What do I want to level? Because I can probably take White Mage into a couple of things. I do want White Mage to be a high level, but White Mage is my kind of like absorber of yeah, White Mage is kind of my absorber of MSQ levels. Yeah, so what have I done? I went through and I did the Aether quest, or like the Aether current quests here at the Lamatorium. So I have flight here now. I've done the ones that I started kind of going around Labyrinthos, but like Labyrinthos is way too big. And like Labyrinthos just feels like too big as it is, especially considering I can't use the lift to go between the multiple floors right now. So I'm just kind of like stuck. Being like, oh hey, if I want to like... Yeah, because I was going around doing my like clan hunt quests. And, like, I had one over here, so it was just like, oh, that's fine, like, you know, just kind of waddle over here. But then I had like one down here, and it would just be like, oh well, I'd have to just go all the way around here just to kill something that's over here, and I was like, no, it's not worth it. Let's go to Old Charlie. Let's grab some thingies. Let's grab some hunt requests and just see if I can do those. How was it? It's down here, isn't it? You know, just like I might as well do these while I wait, because I can at least do the ones at the lamatorium. I can do. I still haven't done my book stuff either yet, so I need to kind of do that. But yeah, I can at least do the ones at Thavnir, Garlemald, and the Labyrinthos, depending on where it is. Okay, that one's not too bad. Garlemald. Okay, I know where that one is. I know where that one is. I know where that one is. Okay, so it's not too bad. I guess we'll see where they are. The ones at the lamatorium are. If they're not too bad, I can do those first. And that the experience is still pretty good. The experience is like too good to just kind of ignore. How is it raining in here? I suppose they have a sprinkler system, I guess. Where are these? Yeah, so I did had that one yesterday, so that was fine. That one I'm probably not gonna do. Cause like I don't have freedom of movement yet. I can't fly. And even then, I've done like I go around and do all these side quests, but like it's just like I'm not spending time just doing side quests. I'm not gonna. Well, I wouldn't even say spending time. I'd say wasting time trying to do side quests. It's just like, oh well, I can't. If anything requires me to like switch levels from like top to bottom, I'm just like, nah. Like I'll wait until like I'm in a position where I can like actually fly. It's just as it is, it's just like way too annoying to try and get some of these. Oh, I put an extra D in my title. God damn it! Like I did the auto tweet thing, or like I have the tweet thing set up, so it's just like, oh hey, like mix it up, or like does the auto tweet me like when I go live? Because I'm just, oh hey, like, you know, this is really handy. But then yeah, I appear to have misspelled something in my own title, which I'm just like, well, that's great, that's good. Oh. Yeah, I don't know when I get the second part of Labyrinthos. Saporia. I'm thinking it soon, because I know in the kind of 86 to 87 chunk, I get access to like 3 more ether crystals. I think it's like three more ether crystals. So I can only assume the Aporia will be one, or like, you know, one of these will be one. I don't know. I just hope it's not like too long. Yeah, I just hope it's not like too long. Because they kind of set this up as being like a really interesting sort of area. And like, you know, we did like a couple of quests here at the start and we just haven't really been back since. There's this stupid bird that I need to murder. Were they even up here? What am I looking for? They're not even gonna be up here, are they? They're gonna be somewhere else. Let me look up. Let me look it up. Because it'll probably say in the thing. Um. Yeah, let me look it up. So there'll be like a guide of what's where. No, guild ship hunts. Yeah, like so. I'm looking for the labyrinthine screamer, which the game says is here, but the wiki page actually says is over here. Not quite the same. Not quite. Okay, no. Fuck the labyrinth. Those ones. Fuck that. I'm gonna Thavnir. I forgot I was in the queue. Wait, that does bug me. Like the amount of times it's just like, oh hey, you know, this thing is here, or like, you know, this enemy that you need to kill is over here, and it's just like on a completely, it's like other side of the map. Like the amount, like I know I've had that for the ones that leader, where it's just like, oh hey, and then, you know, like this enemy, or like this kind of mob that you need to kill is over here, or like this one's over here. And then it would be like then it would just be like other side of the map, and it's just like, hello? Like, I don't know if that's like some sort of just like, oh hey, like, the enemy is supposed to be there and it's not, or if it's just the game is just like, nah, like, you know, we could tell you the right location, we're actually just gonna meme. I don't know if there's like some sort of like lore reason for it to be like, oh hey, like, you know, we've seen this enemy here, so we assume it's here, but then like, oh, shock and surprise, it's not, it's somewhere else. Perish. Oh yeah, the music's just sad here now. Like, sometimes it's right, like that one was right. But then, like, you just know that some of these are just gonna not even be close to accurate. And then for the fact that I don't have, like, I don't mind it if, like, you know, for like, places where I actually have flights, so I can be like, oh, well, I know it's roughly around here. Or it's kind of over there. Like, I know the Marlboro things are, like, over here-ish. So, like, I don't mind it if, like, you know, if it's, like, at this point where it's just like, oh, well, I actually have flight. I can move around the map. It's not, like, it's not too bad overall. But on areas where I just don't have any sort of, where, like, my only movement is walking or on the back of a mount, which is slightly faster, it's like, nah. Oh, that's not what I need to kill. Where's the thing I need to murder? Yeah, which is apparently back there. Okay, where is it actually? Starlight 17.7. No, yeah. So the thing that the game says over here, but it's actually over here. I'm just like, really? Can't the game just kind of give me like accurate coordinates, please? Like, I don't mind, like, I'm not too bothered about it kind of for these ones, because, like, you know, the experience is, like, too good to ignore. Like, what, just doing, like, 5 of these gets me, like, 1,000,000 experience, and I can do these daily. So it's just like, why would I not? Yeah, I kind of wanna just do some dailies just to warm up. Like, yeah, some of my dailies just to kind of warm up, kind of, considering yesterday I spent all day doing botanist stuff, so I'm still in kind of botanist mode. I'm not quite in combat mode yet.
Static to fight.
No.
Zeno held through me X560. Hello, Jepsen.
You didn't have to do that, but thank you anyway. What's the special occasion? What's the special occasion? Yeah, thank you for the biddies. You know, I hope you're having a lovely dry Sunday. For me on the coast, it's been raining pretty much all day. No worries. Well, I do appreciate it. This is kind of going into my Elden Ring fund. Maybe just got hit by the deluge. Oh. Like, for me on the coast, it's just been wet all day, and I'm just like, well, I mean, I'm kind of glad I went, because I went out, I nipped to Tesco's, because I had birthday money. I nipped to Tesco's, I think it was Thursday, because Friday was supposed to be really, I think Friday was supposed to be, like, really windy. Then yesterday was just kind of windy and wet, and then, you know, today's moist. But yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm queuing for like a daily at the moment, because I'm just like, well, I kind of need some practice, because I played for like 8 hours yesterday. I played for 8 hours yesterday, and all I did was like get botanist and level it to 51. I leveled my fisherman up from 56 to 67. I did like 2 fates as dragoon because I was next to them, and leveled that up to 38. And so all in all, I did about 15 minutes of combat in about 8 hours of playing. It's just one of these things. I really appreciate the change of pace that comes with the land classes. Yeah, I just really appreciate the change of pace that comes with the land classes. So I was just saying, well, I mean, I might as well. Like, I just want to pick up something else, because it was either going to be that or Weaver. And I would just say, well, I mean, Weaver, the crafting ones always take, like, a lot of money. Oh. Oh yeah, I did one of these. I did the trust one of these as Reap yesterday. Oh. We need to talk about the live letter at some point. We need to talk about the live letter, because like, my god. For anyone who didn't see, there was the live letter was on the 19th, or like it was like really early on the 19th. So it was like yeah, for like me time, it was happening at like 2 to like 6 in the morning. And they announced that a load of the old, that they're going to be remaking a load of the old dungeons into, like, to be compatible with the trust system. So they're going to be kind of working on it and slowly implementing them. Yeah, they're going to be slowly implementing, like, the old dungeons into the trust system. So now, like, they're going to be doing I think it's the Realm Reborn ones first, then it's Heaven's Ward, then it's, yeah, so they're doing, I think it was, like, Realm Reborn, then Heaven's Ward, then, you know, Stormblood. They're going to slowly be kind of introducing those in. They're getting rid of Camp West Wing, or like Westwood, whatever that one is. They're straight up getting rid of that dungeon, or no, that trial, and making it like an instance duty in like a quest. I'm trying to catch up, okay? But yeah, so they're getting rid of Camp West Wing and making that into an instance duty, which I'm just like, oh, okay. And then Castrum, I think it was that Castrum and Praetorium are being redone to be 4-man dungeons. So that's kind of interesting. Like, I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work. And then, I think I saw that the fight against La Habrea at the end of Prey is just going to be an instance duty as part of a quest now, as opposed to, like, forced. Like, I do like some of the stuff. Like, they also talked about the fact that, they're going to start rolling out graphical improvements. They're not going for, like, hyper-realism. They just want things to look nicer. So, like, yeah, so they're going to be rolling out graphical improvements. With not, like, a lot. It's just like, oh, hey, they're going to kind of start off by making, like, some NPCs looking nicer. The character creation looking nicer. What is it? What else was it? Oh, they're gonna be rolling out glams over time, or like, but they're gonna be focusing on the popular ones first. So they're gonna focus on doing the popular glams to start with, just to be like, oh hey, like we want the stuff that we know people actually use to kind of like look nicer, like before anything else. So like some stuff is getting priority. Like, I am interested to see kind of how they do, like, the trust system and stuff, because, like, they have said, like, they have said for, like, you know, bits where it's just, like, you'd be with, like, you know, certain characters, like, will actually, like, you know, have those characters available for the trust system. But if you're in a situation where there aren't any, like, you know, main characters available, so, like, you know, like, at the start of, like, Heaven's Ward, where you only really have Alphino with you, you'll be joined by, like, Adventure Guild people for a bit. But then I saw somebody mention about how, like, you know, you'll probably have Horship on for, like, a couple of bits, and it's just like, oh, well, that'll be fine, I guess. Like, I'm really interested to see kind of what stuff they do. Oh yeah, and they also mentioned that there's going to be some side quest plot lines. It's Rainbow Rose. Hello, honey. How we doing? Thank you for the raid. I'm in the middle of a dungeon. Big panic. Much ah. Well, no, it's fine. We're just doing our leveling. How we doodling? Get ready because Arby wasn't following you. Oh, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Also, hello, Wolby. How we feeling today? How we feeling? You know, I do appreciate it, but yeah, hello, raiders. My name is Jepsen, queer streamer, he, they. I'm kind of having a peanut butter sandwich on the side. Much crunch. But yeah, how we feeling? How's our Sunday? It's very wet here on the coast. Eat peanut butter on toast. I just have peanut butter on like wholemeal bread. I have some leftover like lemon vanilla birthday cake, and I have a cup of Tesco loose leaf Earl Grey tea mixed with black tea that is kind of about room temperature that I should probably drink. Playing Paparazzi? I've never heard of that game. Sell it to me. Very wet in the middle of the country too. Yeah, I'm like right on the, I'm like on the Suffolk coast. Not to kind of like dox myself, but like, I mean, it's not like too bad. But yeah, I'm like right on the Suffolk coast, and it is very wet. And it's not very nice outside, and I keep seeing people walk past with dogs, and I'm just like, why would you take your dogs out? Like, I know Papas need walks, but like, it's cold, it's wet. Don't, take pictures of wait, what? Pictures of badly animated doggos with very derpy faces, but that sounds like an adorable time. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. That kind of reminds me of, what was it? Toem? Toem? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was kind of like the cell shady looking, oh, sure, give me that. It was like the kind of, I wouldn't say it was cell shade, it was like 2.5D looking game that was just like, oh hey, this looks really cool, but like I think it was like PS5 and Switch, I want to say. But yeah, do we have any plans for the rest of our day? Also, Zeno is our resident mod. Can you give a shout out to Rainbow, please? If it helps, it's the exclamation mark SO, and then you can do the @ sign, and then it just fills in the name. I know I can always do it in a second. Stabbing things. No, actually, I'll do it. It's fine. I'll do it. We're in between bits. It's fine. I got it. Yeah, I was doing this one with the trust system the other day, and like, God, this bit lasts forever with like, you know, the trust NPCs. Like, my lord, do they take forever to fight things? Because like you'd think just be like, oh hey, do the actually, you know, oh, pish, you know. The fact that the NPCs will just target one enemy at a time is just painful. I hate it. Up we go. But yeah, do we have any plans for the rest of our day? Because I do not. We're pretty much going to be doing 14. I'm doing some leveling. Once we do, like, after we do this, we're getting back into the main story. Because we're like just past the halfway point of Endwalker. And part of me wants to really optimistically finish Endwalker before Elden Ring comes out on Friday. But considering how long I've heard the end of the game is, like, most people tend to do, like, the end bit in, like, 7-8 hours. I'm kind of not really holding my breath that I'm going to be able to finish this before Endwalker. Like, I do want to, because, like, pretty much when Endwalker hits, I'm just going to, no, when Elden Ring hits, I'm just going to be playing Elden Ring, pretty much. Like, I still need to put out this week's schedule, but Friday, like, I normally have Fridays and Saturdays off. Yeah, I normally have Fridays and Saturdays off, but I'm really considering, but like, Friday's already going to be Endwalker. I've already, like, you know, I've already established Friday is going to be Endwalker, pretty much going from as soon as my coffee gets here till I kind of need to crawl in a hole. What else? Yeah, because I can kind of see it getting to the point of the day where it's just like, no, I need to kind of step away from Elden Ring for a bit. I need to, like, have a lie down. I need to just not exist for a bit. What was I saying? No, but yeah, so, but yeah, I feel, especially like, I was kind of like talking on Twitter, I don't want to break the pace up of Endwalker, like, considering how I am in the story right now, or like where I am in the story right now, I feel like if I kind of stopped to kind of take a break for Elden Ring, it would kind of feel a bit unsatisfying to put it down where I am. So I want to put it down in a place, or like I want to be in a position where, like, you know, I can put it down and be like, oh well, I'm at a point where I am, like, finished with the story. Snap. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't put out this week's schedule yet. So I'm kind of tempted to just be like, oh hey, God, I've yet to have caffeine today. My brain is still scattered. Like I've yet to have any sort of caffeine yet today. Like my tea's still on the side here. I was up until like past 6 o'clock, you know, playing this. So I was just like, oh well, I started doing thingy. I started doing kind of like land quests. Which, for anyone who doesn't know, the land quests are essentially just like the vibe quests. Like you have 3 land quests, or like three land drop classes of miner, botanist, or fisherman, which is just like you just kind of go around the land and you just kind of cultivate stuff, and then that stuff can go towards like you know, helping with the hand classes. The hand classes being like you kind of crafters, so you kind of have weaver to kind of make clothes, you have blacksmith, you have culinarian, and alchemist, which I play both of, because I'm just like, oh yeah, like I like making potions and I like making food. Yeah, so I play both those. The one buddy boy, hello, how are we doing? How was your Sunday? We are currently doing some like level 14 leveling. We're taking like a little bit of a sidetracked break from the Endwalker plot just so I can kind of do a daily. Good, your day just started. I very much feel that, even though it is nearly 4:45 in the afternoon, I have not been awake for very long. Also new to this game, okay. I will say, this is spoilers for the, end patch, or like, you know, this specific bit is like spoilers for the end of Shadowbringers patch, and this stream is going to be going into Endwalker spoilers pretty quickly after this. So like, just fair warning, if you don't want to get spoiled for anything, maybe don't pay attention. Like, I don't want people to get like spoiled for the story. Like, I've been able to go into Endwalker pretty unspoiled. No, dicks. Oh. Yeah, like, I've been able to go into Endwalker pretty unspoiled. Like, I've seen, like, a few bits on Twitter. Yeah, like, I've seen a few bits on Twitter of, like, people not tagging their Endwalker spoilers. Or even if people do tag their Endwalker spoilers, they don't tag them very well. So I still just, like, see them. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, from bits I've seen here or there, I'm just like, oh, hey, as long as I don't think about them, hopefully I'll forget that they exist by the time I actually get to that point in the story. Yeah, how we doing? Also, what pronouns do you prefer? Because I like to make sure that I'm calling people by their preferred pronoun. No, not preferred pronouns, by their actual pronouns. Oh. Astro, a heal spell would be nice. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, hello, my name is Jepsen. My pronouns are he, they. I'm kind of not bothered which one people use. I prefer to go by Jepsen overall, or like Jep, Jupe, Jeppy. As long as it doesn't sound super problematic, I'm usually fine with it. Oh. Make sure not to drag the Dark Knight into that. Perish, Uwu. What's this look like? Pass. Oh, I meant to pass on that. I didn't mean to read on that. How did I get 2 commendations? I feel like the commendation should always go to the healer, unless the healer is like really bad. In which I have had a couple of like less than good healers. Is the sky on fire here? No, everything looks alright here. Apparently I was doing a side quest. Yeah. Words and phrases. Sorry, my brain is still trying to kind of kick in what it wants to think about. It's like nearly 5 o'clock. I've yet to have any caffeine. I've yet to kind of have anything to kind of like stir the brain into adequate consciousness. Yeah, I just kind of feel like I need to level up a couple of my side classes. Because we're on the last 85 quest of Endwalker. We're going into level 86 quests of Endwalker. We're going into the 86 quests of Endwalker. And I only have White Mage and Sage that can actually do them. Yeah, I only have White Mage and Sage that can actually do them, so I kind of want to... Like, Gunbreaker is the class that I'm pretty much using for the side quests, like, in the areas, just to kind of, like, mop up the experience from those. My Red Mage and my Dancer I've mainly been using for... yeah, my Red Mage and my Dancer I've mainly been using for my, what is it? Flippin' experiencey things. So something my brain is still weird on. I go by they them most of the time. Well, that's one of those things, like, kind of in the beauty of the pandemic, like, you know, a lot of us have kind of had time to kind of discover ourselves and yeah, kind of discover ourselves, kind of like really kind of take a look at ourselves, sometimes whether it's for the better or worse. But like yeah, it seems like a lot of people I know are like somewhere in the middle nowadays, or like, because it's like, I do kind of look physically male, but the fact I spend like all day, or like, you know, basically every day is like an anime character where I'm in like, you know, a pink hoodie and jeans most of the time. I'm more of like an entity, more of a them than anything else. Also, yeah, hey, like, if you don't already, you can always check out the pronouns extension, which has the links for Google Chrome and Firefox, so you can slap that on so you can see people's pronouns when you go to chat. It's always kind of handy to like have, although it doesn't work on mobile, so like, you know, you kind of need to remember. Just like my brain is stinky. I do be known as was a femboy, so maybe also like squishy hair at times. Well, as long as, like, you know, as long as you're kind of comfortable with what you like to be called, like, I will probably stick with they them for you if you don't mind, just so I kind of like but you know, if you kind of get to a point where you would rather be called like she her or she they or anything else, like, feel free to say in chat, because I would rather call people what they want to be called than have to do the awkward moment of said this, and you have to be like, oh no, I actually prefer that, and yeah. we try and kind of have a environment of, kind of kindness and accepting people and making people as comfortable as they can be. Which, God, speaking of, like, I was doing a YouTube survey before this, and some of the questions were just like, oh, hey, how do you think YouTube does with, like, making people comfortable and treating people fairly, and, acceptance and things like that. And I was like, oh, this is very funny. Like, because for anyone who doesn't know, like, YouTube has had a history of kind of smothering LGBT content, and like it has on more than several occasions tagged LGBT content as not good. Oh, hey. 13 point. Yeah, there's been more than a couple of occasions where YouTube has been like, oh hey, like, we're tagging this as sensitive content. We're taking it down because it infringes our copyright stuff. It's just like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They're literally just like, hey, we're just taking this down because we don't like it. And it's just like, oh, yeah. Yeah, depending on the day, if my BF hops in, he'll probably sit with he. They might use they. On our occasion, use her. Okay, like as long as kind of like yeah, as long as I kind of know what people prefer to be called, that's absolutely fine. I shouldn't say prefer to be called, because just like, they're your pronouns. Just like, it's not like, oh, I prefer this. It's just like, no, I am called this. It's like kind of like little things that I kind of need to try and kind of get my brain kind of a bit more used to. Because it's like it's still kind of like the essentially trying to like hardwire my brain into being like, oh hey, we've had like 20 years of this, and now or like 20 years of kind of this or that, and like there's still like the odd time where it's just like, oh no, my brain, I still need to kind of like kickstart my brain into being like, no, there is a lot more. And even then, kind of with myself, like with being like, I wouldn't fully call myself non-binary. Like I think I'm still kind of male identifying. I think it's just like I am very open to being like, well, he or they. I'm like that one Griffin McElroy thing where they're just like, oh hey, they are no longer person, they are just a cloud, like on the Kali Ray voyage that is life. Like, come on, I need another robot. Where you at, float? Where you at, robots? Robots. Yeah, how was your Sunday? And like that kind of goes for everyone. Like, how was everyone's Sunday going? Like my Sunday has been very unexciting. Like I got up, I put pants on, I crawled out of bed. Kind of it. It's been a very sort of unexciting Sunday. But like Sundays don't have to be exciting. Like, Sundays can be simple. Sundays can be fun. Wish I had an amorphous blob of pure gay energy rather than a person. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like a lot of the time. Like, I feel like yeah, there's definitely days where I kind of feel less of a person, more of just a spectral entity. Okay, the rest of these are labyrinth though, so those can just go like through the shredder, in the shredder. Okay, the rest of these are on the lamatorium. But yeah, a lot of days, like nowadays, I just kind of feel more of a abstract spectral energy. I am ghost. I am squishy. Oh, that's one. Okay, so I know... Yeah, these ones are like over here-ish. Like, for definite. I don't think those ones are... Oh, no, oh, no, those are those. Okay, and those are these. They just haven't sprouted their doodads yet. There we go. Yeah, also kind of content warning. The story is gonna get sad soon. Also, considering I've been doing 14 streams, is like they tend to be longer. Like, I think today's stream is probably going to be about like 5 hours or so. Like the previous one's been around like 7-ish. Hello, Lewis. How are we doing? We're just talking about kind of the game being sad. Kind of the fact that I feel less person and more spectral entity most of the time. I am squishy. I am a squishy ghost. And then about like what we're doing for content this week. Considering Elden Ring comes out on Friday, and my content plans are looking like I want to do Elden Ring Friday-ish, but like that'll entirely depend on when my order gets there. So I place my order through game, and they're like usually okay for deliveries. Like I ordered a couple of bits before the holidays from them, and those came like pretty quickly. Like, you know, those came a few days earlier than I was expecting, so that was good. Oh, I didn't backflip out of there in time. Oh, and I wasted my thing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yep. Well, thanks, Chocobo. Good effort. Oh, the peering stones. I feel like that always happens. I like I like put myself in a position where it's just like, oh hey, I kind of need the Chocobo to start healing me, and then the Chocobo just doesn't heal me, and I'm just like, Chocobo, please, like, anytime you're ready to heal me, that would be nice. And then they're just like stood there just doing nothing, or like they're just attacking, and then I'll like set it to heal mode, but they're just like past the point of like actually being helpful in heal mode. And then I just die, and I was just like, well, okay. Well, never mind. But how's the rest of your Sunday been? Like, a good movie been? Like, is it still raining by you? Because it's still raining by me. Like, I've just seen Florence has just gone for a walk, and I can't imagine Florence is gonna have very much fun outside. And like, she doesn't mind getting wet. Like she has no aversion to it. Florence reference is our chocolate Labrador. She do be chonky. And she's a little chonky bean. She kind of needs to go on a diet because she's supposed to be having surgery to kind of make it so she can't get accidentally preggo. But then she needs to be like under a certain weight for that. Yeah, she's still a chonker. She's not like, she's not what I would call fat, but then there's definitely like, but then like kind of the rest of us, there's like angles where she like sits down and it's just like, ugh, that's not flattering, Florence. That's not a flattering angle for you. Hey, I got 4 sacks of nuts. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, we're in the brain is still switching on mode, which is pretty bad, considering I'm nearly an hour in. But like, I'm only just having tea for the day. I need to see if I can kind of, because the sleep schedule has gone back to the point where it's like pretty not good right now, and I need to see if I can rejiggle it. Yeah, I need to see if I can kind of like rejiggle the sleep schedule. I'm pretty sure the things I'm after over here. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I need to see if I can rejiggle my sleep schedule, just kind of back to a point where it's like a little bit more human. Considering, you know, if depending on when my Elden Ring delivery gets here on Friday, it's pretty much a case of like I'm going like, you know, when the delivery gets here, there'll probably be about 15 minutes between, you know, my delivery coming and then stream starting. If that. Like, we are pretty much going to be going straight into stream, like, when my copy gets here. Happy jig it if you want. I mean, you're more than welcome to. Well, I'm glad my friends told me they're on another server sooner rather than later. They only got to level 15 so far, but that's not too bad. Depending on if they're on the same data center, they are opening up travel soon. So, like, for instance, I'm on the light server, and then in EU there's the light and the chaos server. They're opening up. I think it was in between now and 6.2. They're going to be opening up travel. Oh, different data center. Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's yeah, because they're going to be opening up travel between data centers as long as you're in the same region. So I know there's like 3 America servers. I think there's the 2 EU servers. I think there's the one. There's the one Oceania server, and I don't know how many Japanese servers there are. But they're gonna be opening up so people can travel between, like, in my instance, like light and chaos. Yeah, so there's two in EU, there's 3 in Japan, there's 3 for North America, and there's only 1 for Oceania. But yeah, so they're gonna be opening up the cross data center travel pretty soon. Which is gonna be fun because, like, I know people over on the on the Chaos server, and I'm on the Light server, so it's just like I can't go see them. But then I have a character on the Chaos server, but they're not even level 30 yet, so it's just like, is there any point in me even, like, leveling up that character now, considering they're going to be opening up travel in, like, the next couple of months? Like, let me see if there's actually, like, a thing to say when it's opening, because I know they had a live letter the other day, and I'm under the impression that they're opening it pretty soon. I'm trying to see if there's a thing from the other day to say when specifically. Yeah, because it's like I know Will on Chaos, I know Rue on Chaos. I get why it wouldn't be worth it, but I literally brand new to the. Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Yeah, like in your situation, because you just started the game, it's just like, well, there's like no, you might as well just start a new character. Like in my class, or like in my case, I am 42 days and 10 hours into my adventure with Old Man Jep. So it would feel a bit like, oh, like it would, like, I'm kind of in a position where I can't abandon him at this point. I've spent too much time with this character to just throw them in the trash. Like like as I say, my character on Chaos, I've spent probably less than 12 hours with. It's been like less than 12 hours with that character, so I would actually feel like I wouldn't feel like too bothered. I would just say, oh, I want to start a new character, and I would say, oh, let me start like an Ura on that server. But I kind of want to do like an NA character at some point, just so I can have a bunny boy, because I kind of want a bunny boy. Yeah, either that or like consider either male Viera, either male here, which is just like this here Highlander, so I'm just like the older looking character. I kind of want to. I kind of want to do a female character, but I don't want to. But like that feels like the gamer stereotype of just like the gays, quote unquote, like always seem to have like the fierce female looking characters, which I do get. Like if you can't play a character that you would just be like, oh, step on me, then what's the point? But yeah. Guess we'll get back to the plot. So like spoilers for Endwalker. This is the last 85 quest going into the 86 quest. Yeah, so since I bought the complete edition, guess what character I made? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you made a male Viera. Or you made a Viera. I shouldn't necessarily say male Viera. Just a wild guess. I'm gonna say you made one of the bunny people. Yeah. Well, I mean, see, that was one of those things. Like, when you finish a Realm Reborn, you get given one Fantasia for free. They're normally like what, like $10? I think the Fantasias are like $10. The Fantasia being the item which lets you remake your character, or like restyle your character. You get one free one for beating the base game of Realm Reborn, and then the rest of them after that you have to pay for. Oh, apparently there's a sale on, so they're $7 at the moment, down from 10. But then it's typically they're like cheaper for like each one, so like they're $10 for one, and then if you buy 5 in a row, that makes them like $9 each, so they're like $45 as opposed, or like $45 instead of 50. So you save like 5. But there's like some sort of sale on the moment. He's very androgynous, but feminine male Vera. Oh, that's nice. Like I kind of wish that there was a bit more. You definitely get that with like the cat, with the Mikote, the cat people, and the Vieras, the bunny people. You definitely kind of can play a lot more with the sort of androgyny of the characters through those. It's kind of harder with like some of the other ones. Like it's definitely harder with like the Elizons and things like that, like the elves. No, I suppose the elves would be like pretty easy. I think it's just like the kind of like me with the Here Highlander. Like it's kind of hard for me to be like more gender neutral as a character, considering how like rough my character's edges are almost. Like especially looking at like my Reaper glam, like that's a lot of chest. Speaking of fainting, I'm making new chat races. Oh, you have over 126 days worth of playtime on your Aura. Yeah. Oh, using the Fantasia. Like, I thought about it. I seriously thought about using the Fantasia. Like using the Fantasia to remake Old Man Jep into like a bunny boy. Because I was just like, oh, I wanna do the new hotness. I wanna be a bunny boy. But then I was just like, then it was the thought of how does that fit into my character lore? Yeah, my chest looked actually smaller there, but like that's fine. But like I was trying to think about like how it would fit into my character lore. Because like I've been changing. I've yet to change Old Man Jep's hair in this expansion, but like I tend to change the hair to kind of fit like the passing of time through the expansions, but I don't really. Yeah, I couldn't quite figure out a way to be like, oh hey, how does my adventure in the first and like all the stuff that happened at the Crystarium, how would that cause me to completely change personas like when I came back? And then it's just like I'm attached to Old Man Jep as a character now. So it wouldn't feel right to be like, oh hey, he suddenly Benjamin Buttoned and is now like 20 years younger and he's got rabbit ears. Like there is no way that there is. I am not a good enough storyteller. I could not bullshit my way out of that. Oh hey, it's Cloud's Strife. Stop moving. Well, that looks more like a Voxer. Or like I mean, that's a Cloud. That's a Cloud. That's a pretty good Cloud. Sure. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't use them, but sure. Okay. Yeah, I think I do want to start a North America character. Considering a lot of the time, like if I'm playing like later in the day. Yeah, a lot of the time I'm playing like later in the day, so there's times when I'm just like playing like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's just like, oh well, like even queuing for something as healer can just take forever. Oh no, do something else. Okay, I'll take the Palico, sure. So like at least if I was playing on like an NA server, it would be a bit better, but then I'd have to account for ping and just be like, oh hey, if I'm like playing a healer in a high range thing, on cross-continental, like, you know, ping, it could be probably pretty bad. Okay, yeah. Plot. Access to the Aetheryte you see there has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. It was deemed too dangerous to permit free movement with visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. Unlike recent developments, however, the Star Trappers has decided that such restrictions will only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. Star Trappers encourage you to attune to the Aetheryte before proceeding along the corridor. Well, I've already done that. Oh, well, okay. We're gonna lore walk. Yeah, like I do. Like part of me wants to kind of, because on the schedule at the moment, I have Evil Within tomorrow for for about 4 hours. I have Bug Snacks on Tuesday, because I played Bug Snacks once on the stream and I really enjoyed it, and then I never went back to it. Yeah, I had Bug Snacks for Tuesday. I had what else do I have? I had Wednesday as the day off. I had Thursday as our Thursday portion, which would probably be more 14. And then Friday was Elden Ring, but Elden Ring was a TBD. As I say, like pretty much as soon as the delivery gets here, we're seeing if there's any first day patches, and then we're streaming it. See, I'm kind of wondering whether I should make Tuesday or like Monday and Tuesday both 14. Just be like, right, I just wanna see if we can get through the rest of Endwalker, because we're like going into the 86 quests. There's what, like the 86, 87, 88, 89, and then I know there's some 90 quests. I think it'd be doable, but I don't want to rush it and feel like I'm not enjoying it. Right, you must be wondering what this place is. It's down in the Hall of the Radiant Host, where our leadership oversees all of Razatan's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Oh, there's a delegate from Doma. Uldar, Alamigo, Laminsa, Gridania, Ishgard. Waving a war council? Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to various characters who don't have a name. Oh, so you're the famous Jepsen, eh? I knew the moment you stepped through the door. You have the look of one who's walked through hell. Oh, thanks. I don't look that old. Sir about please. Oh, sure about please. You're speaking to the Sundrop's honored guest and the savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it's a pleasure to have you with us, a great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Throne, warrior of light, and all around good egg, I'm sure. Yeah, I like this person. Yeah, this talk of eggs reminds me of late for dinner. Man after my own heart, I like it. Don't worry, I'll keep it short. There's just a thing or two we'd like you to remember. First of all, about your room you're standing in now. Rothertown welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We. Representatives from Doma. It'd be nice if these were characters I actually knew. Uldar and Alamigo. As opposed to just random NPCs. Lumsel Mensa. Oh, he's kinda cute. Gridania. And last, but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouth that bridge the distance between Rothertown and their respective homelands. It'd be nice if one of these was a character I actually knew. You use this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. Wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders request a few words from you specifically. You're a man in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Okay, spoilers. We went to the moon, we kind of killed Bad God, now everything's kind of out of whack, and it's kind of my fault. Ugh. So I have two characters in my lore so far. One is my solo character, Rexy Loperide, and this is brother, which I'm playing with my BF Jax Leperide. Oh no, it's Jax Leperide. Leperide is the family that I was belong to, and then Rexy references to Rex Rabbit, and then Jax references to Jack Rabbit. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cute. My character lore is that my character lore is basically I'm just like some old dude. I got like I'm like full-time stripper, part-time healer. Like I've very much been begrudgingly brought into this and be like, well, I mean, I guess if I have to. Like I'm kind of like my character is kind of going through this in more of a, well, I mean, somebody's got to do it, more than a, oh, it is my duty or it is my fate. It's just like, oh well, nobody else is going to do it, so I guess it's up to me. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which men turn to beasts, the etheric anomalies you observed, you've given us much to consider. It's concerning the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnir reached the great Grand Company of Eorzea, our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon spread. Our agents are able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the bounty, including this island and Corvos. Alas, that is of little comfort. All throughout allied lands, there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Karzal As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze, and so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest upon beyond the bounty, transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here around the town, we've been taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest blasphemies. I didn't finish that game. Like, Blasphemous was a little bit too hard for me. But I just suck at platforming. As fitting a name as any. To ensure clarity and further communication, we shall urge our comrades to adopt the terminology. Our leaders have taken a measure to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. And at the same time, they're doing all in their power to put the people's minds at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Yeah, most of the time they have names, and I don't know how. Like I've said a couple of times before, I don't know how willing Yoshi P is to kill named characters, especially ones that have been around for a while. Just so, and it's for that very reason we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. Well, I mean, I've kind of been doing that anyway, but sure. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess a wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegate. They'll tell you what to expect. Sorry, I'm pouring a fresh cup of tea, and I don't want to look at the screen and read while I'm pouring. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're talking into all the fine cuisine, eh? You've gained access to a role quest for Endwalker. Oh, okay. Okay. Feels a bit late to introduce role quests, but sure. Separate quest line stories now available for tank, melee, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. To undertake these quests, speak with any of the delegates and Sundrop. Agree to help the defeat the blasphemies and plague their respective homelands. Yeah, feels a bit late to be introducing these, but sure. I appreciate them being a thing, because I did like them in Shadowbringers, but like, yeah, it does feel a bit late. Pray forgive Sherbart for her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it's simply her nature. Just for dying, AFK. I did see that I think the healer one, I can take Robon on a date. Because I saw somebody kind of tweet about it and just be like, oh hey, like if you do the healer role quest at the moment in Uldar, you can take Robon. You can take Robon to like the Valentine site. And I was just like have I missed something? Something in nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mayhain? I know where it is. Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. I'm really pleased to hear that all the drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. I would like a hot chocolate, please. With that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant hosts, and thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to rise on our time of need. We shall endeavour to fight the good fight to the end, that we might honour Rahawan's legacy and serve Master Reacher as well. Give my word that your efforts will not be in vain. Yeah, this feels like something that should have popped up earlier than as opposed to now. My advice, get halfway to 90 and then clear them all out at once to cap your level. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it'll be helpful because, like, my white mage and my, like, as I say, my white mage is what I'm using to scoop up the experience from the MSQ. Sage is what I'm using in dungeons and trials because I feel comfortable on Sage. Then Dancer, Reaper, Gunbreaker, and Red Mage are kind of weird. Because, like, Reaper is still too low level. Yeah, Reaper's still too low level at the moment. Red Mage needs kind of catching up a little bit. My Dancer, I'm only really using in the field. Like, my Dancer, I'm only really using for, like, if I'm going about place at the moment. Oh, hello, Nanosy. How are we doing? And then Gunbreaker, I'm pretty much just using in trusts because I don't trust myself to play Gunbreaker in a way that is good. Well, like, you know, I just don't feel confident on. I don't feel very confident on tank. Like, overall, I'm a very kind of like timid tank. Yeah, how we doing today, Nanosy? Did we make any more changes to your birthday graphic last night? Also, yeah, Nanite is having their birthday celebration on March the 9th, where they're playing through all the Supergiant games. Like, one playthrough of each, because, like, Pyre's apparently, like, Pyre's a bit weird, and Hades could theoretically be like any amount of time. So hey, maybe you should go and follow Nanite because he's a cute boy and, like, you know, birthday stream and all that. He's also dressing up as Dionysus, so that might be hot. Kind of wink wink, nudge nudge. I don't know, that I feel like I get like halfway. I feel like I would like. I feel like, considering how skimpy what Dionysus wears, I would either feel like very confident or really uncomfortable. Yeah, anyway, I think I might do the healer quest for these as my Astro, because, like, I do want all my healers at 90, but, like, White Mage was my first, and Sage is what I'm most comfortable with, like, it probably going, like, Sage, Astro, White Mage, Scholar. Yeah, I'd probably say Sage, Astro, White Mage, Scholar in terms of kind of what I'm most comfortable with. Because it feels like, at least say Sage, I can always be doing something. Like, Sage, I can always be doing something. It feels like there's a lot of kind of, like, there can be times where it feels like I'm almost like twiddling my thumbs as White Mage, where it's just like, oh wow, like everything I have is on a regular cooldown. So unless I need to pop an emergency benediction, it was kind of not really any point to anything. Like, at least as Sage, I can still use kind of like my outer school stuff. So I can at least still use that while whilst my things are on cooldown. Like, at least as Astro, I can be using my cards. You know, I can be using my cards whilst I'm kind of waiting for the rest of my things to be off cooldown. And then, you know, I still have side things. I still can do like my ether flow stuff, my energy things. Like, I have the fairy for my extra healing. I feel I would love a stronger heal than psychic. Oh, Psysic? Psysic. I'd love a stronger heal than Psysic. Like, it feels a bit too weak sometimes. But then I just don't want to keep spamming like Adlo or Suka just for the extra heals. I don't know. Welcome. When the Star Trap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Karzul from Grahat here. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear that you meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for your dispatching the beast. As a small token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are on Merritt Street. Speaking of which, what should I start you off with? Oh, do I want chai? Do I want just straight vodka or water? I'm gonna go with the chai. As you wish. Roger and your friends. Now bringing you a drink. As depressing as things are, I don't think now is the time for just spirits. Welcome back. Whenever did the Radiant Moon with you, pray tell? Just more role quests. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Might you have any details? Sure. Yeah, I feel like these guys would have been better suited, maybe being at the cafe in Charlian than here, because this feels.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
Considering we're halfway through the expansion already. But then this kind of goes to my thing of Endwalker feels like 2 expansions. Like it feels like the beginning stuff at Charlian, the stuff with the Tower of Zop, and big spoiler, the fight against Zodiac, that all felt like one expansion to me. Like that could have been one, you know, the Favnir stuff, the Garlemald stuff, the Tower of Zop, the Tower of Babel, and then Zodiac. That to me, like if you slotted in a couple more bits, that could have been one expansion. And this feels like this feels more of a second expansion. This kind of feels like they're trying to do like you know what movies do nowadays, where they're just like, oh, it's the last one. Let's split it up into 2 so we can drag it out. It kind of feels like that, but in a good way. Or they've essentially kind of taken what is one story and kind of made it 2 chunks that kind of do fit together. But there's definitely this bit and this bit. So, yeah, like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to eat my sandwich.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarant.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Well, thanks for the confidence there, Estinium.
Here's your order, friend.
Thanks, I'll take.
May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time we called it Elpest. You would do well to remember that name.
So advised the Watcher. What could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. Quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Graha, what you thinking?
Lidibus. I sealed him in the White Horse site at the Crystal Tower back on the 1st. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there.
I don't like the sound of this.
I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
Oh, great. Back to the first we go, I guess.
Yes, we can but act and hope for the best.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight.
Are you going to mention
That
Reem
said,
at all?
the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
Thanks,
So
Alfie.
ends the brief respite before the next revelation.
I feel like I could have probably done this in the last
So
stream.
much left for you to see.
I feel like this would have been a good, better place to stop, like last
When
time.
beginning ends and end begins.
Yeah, because I was kind of expecting it to be like, oh my god, who is this person that we're going to go meet? And that it was just like a random NPC that we've never met before. I was kind of hoping it was going to be someone cool. And then it wasn't, and then it really wasn't. Oh. Now then, is there anything in order we've forgotten to mention? Your arms and armor in good order. Oh, that looks a bit better. I changed the text to white, and that does look a bit better. I feel like I should move it somewhere else though, but in that case, time we tend to our task. When you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reed. Tell her I miss her. Aww. Okay, I'm quickly going to go through what they announced on, like, the little cliff notes for the, thingy, for the live letter the other day. Yeah, yeah, they're going to be making more stuff into solo player stuff, so, I'd say, like, they're kind of bringing the trust system backwards, so the trust system that was introduced in Shadowbringers, which lets you go through dungeons with a fixed party of characters, they are making it available in like the Heavensward, no, in the Realm Reborn, Heavensward, and Stormblood content, just so you can kind of essentially play through the game yeah, the game is getting a graphical update. So like, but yeah, they're giving out, they're making a graphical update. They're making it so like the minimum stuff you need, or like the minimum PC specs are going to be going up a bit, but that doesn't necessarily mean they can account they are still going to be supporting PlayStation 4, which as a PlayStation 4 player I'm very glad about. Yeah, they're going to be adding the trust system will grow to be compatible with all main scenario dungeons, and 4-player trials will be added throughout patch 6.1 to 6.5, and they're going to be adding them incrementally with patch 6.1, the next patch that should be coming out. All the Realm Reborn scenario duties will be trust compatible. Further improvements will be made to low-level main scenario dungeons and trials. No plan for the 8-player trials at this time. They'll be considering for 7.0 or later. But I have seen that they are changing Castrum and Praetorium, or like at the very least Praetorium. Yeah, they're just kind of having it as an alternative to, like, you know, if you don't want to play with other people, you can at least still play the content. Yeah, there are some Realm Reborn dungeons where members of the Scions aren't nearby or available to help. So in this case, members of the Adventurers Guild will step in, so you just have like generic NPCs for those ones. Yeah, Totorak's goop that slows you down is going to be removed. Lighting is going to be adjusted in some dungeons just to kind of make the trust system work better. Camp Westwind is being rebuilt as an instant story battle. Yeah, Castrum, Meridium, and the Praetorium will be rebuilt as 4-player instance dungeons. The battle with Ultima Weapon will also be a 4-player battle. The final battle with La Habrea will be an instant story battle. So I assume the La Habrea fight is going to be essentially just part of a quest, so you do it once, then you just don't have to do it again. As opposed to doing every single time. Yeah, the graphical update. Yeah, the fact they just haven't updated the graphics in basically 11 years. Yeah, they're going to be implementing it in patch 7.0. Development and preparation will be going through in the 6.x patches, including the shader testing, writing programs, converting assets. Yeah, it's not going to be like photorealistic. It's not going to be like Horizon Forbidden West in terms of looks. They just want things to look nicer. Updates to the animations of lighting is gonna be happening. The minimum operating specs will change as of 7.0. Yeah, like with the update to animation systems, they can go into making like longer emotes, which is going to be fun. So just like long, kind of like, just be like, oh, I'll just have like 3 minutes of the caramel dance and as an emote while I'm waiting for people to kind of watch the cutscene for Aethra or things like that. That'll be fun. Yeah, it's not gonna look like a full standalone title. It's still gonna be like an MMO. Like it's still gonna look a little bit. It's going to look charming and it's going to look better, but it's not going to be like sharp. And they're also looking to optimize the PlayStation 4 version before the next expansion, which is a PlayStation 4 player. I'm very much looking forward to. Yeah, they're also looking at adding a frame rate mode or a graphics mode to the PS4 version, just to be like, oh hey, do you want it to look better or do you want it to run better? Yeah, they posted some pictures of what the new characters kind of look like, and they do look a little bit better. They just look a little bit more like people as opposed to what they look like now. The primary features and goals are higher res textures for hair, skin, and gear, with improved material qualities on skin, metal, and fabric. So basically, going to the Golden Saucer is just going to look like a nightmare. Like, going to the Golden Saucer, everything's going to be shiny. Yeah, NPCs they're going to be doing as and kind of when. Yeah, like some NPCs are going to look better before others. yeah, they're doing they're going to be focusing on upgrading the look of specific glamours first, because like some glamours are more popular than others, so they want to kind of like prioritize doing those first. Yeah, like some NPCs will be getting updates by 7.0, some won't. I think it'll be like kind of an as and when. Yeah, they won't be able to. Yeah, like stuff with. Yeah, stuff with kind of like clothing and clipping. There's gonna be like a they can't solve the clipping option because that would involve them doing a completely new physics system for clothing, and they just don't have the time for that. So that's a shortcoming. Yeah, they kind of showed some examples of one of the areas in Sharlayan having like, because one of the areas in Sharlayan, the kind of like studio library or like the studio area where they have like the hand and land quest stuff, that they're going to be looking at, and because that only has like one lighting bit from the top, they're actually kind of implementing it in a way, or like implementing lighting in a way so they can have more than one light source, so things will look better. They also had an example of Titania's fight, the first trial from Shadowbringers, where they kind of changed the lighting, and like they played around with the lighting. They were just like, hey, this isn't what the final thing is going to look like. They were just like, hey, let's just change up the lighting so that like you can actually see the stained glass in the background, but they don't want to change the tone of the lighting to be like, oh hey, like it is still Shadowbringers, everything is still pretty dark, but then, you know, they just kind of want to tweak things a bit. Yeah, they're also going to be able to change kind of a bit, so like they're actually able to like change floor textures so they look different, add in more things around the map. Oh yeah, they had an example of grass. Apparently, they specifically mentioned a piece of grass in an Endwalker cutscene that I have not seen yet. So I was watching Mikey Moogle's stream, and I fully like dipped at that point. So because they were just like, no, this is spoilers. Like leave now, Jepsen. I was like, okay, I'm gone. Goodbye, chat. But yeah, it was at that point I was like, no, I'm dipping because this is very spoilery. Yeah, Yoshi P was frustrated when there was a scene in the Endwalker scenario that didn't look good due to the grass quality. So they have changed how the grass looks, so like that'll actually look good now, or like that'll look better now. Yeah, additional lighting points will improve visual quality, depth and immersion, and higher resolution shadows will have increased movement and decreased flickering effects. The Lamatorium. Yeah, they want to change the lighting there so everything looks crisper. Yeah, they're testing kind of new ambient occlusion and fog effects. Those aren't ready yet. Oh yeah, they're also adding the 6.1 series roadmap. They're going to be adding is coming in April apparently, so in like 2 months. Yeah, the Hildebrand quests are coming back. Or like, there's going to be more Hildebrand quests, which, considering, I think my Hildebrand quests are still in Realm Reborn, and they're just like, hey, you know, there's somehow further Hildebrand adventures are coming back between 6.1 and 6.5. There's going to be a Tataru side quest line, which I'm looking forward to, which is going to be in 6.1 to 6.5. 6.1 is also including the first Alliance raid. There's going to be a new PvP mode. The Arkasadara tribe quests are coming in. Oh yeah, they've also mentioned that they're changing the tribe quests from Beast tribe quests to just tribe quests. Yeah, they're changing them from Beast tribes to just tribe quests. Yeah, so that's the elephant people is going to be the first one. What else? Couple of things. Dragon Songs Reprise Ultimate, which I don't even know what that is. is going to be released around about then. The trust system will be expanded for the 2.0 MSQ dungeons. They're adding new hairstyles for Hrothgar. The Ishgardian housing is going to be opening in 6.1. They're adding in custom deliveries for Emelian, so Alpha No Alize's mom. God, this is a long page. In 6.2, the trust system will expand to the 2.x main scenario dungeons and 2 to 3 Heavensward ones. New weapon enhancements, new Criterion dungeon. The Island Sanctuary is finally coming, which the Island Sanctuary is basically the Stardew mode. They are adding in essentially a chilled out sort of place for farming, and there's no combat. Basically the Handleland Sanctuary, so I'm looking forward to that. The glamour plates are getting an update in 6.1, so I don't know kind of what they're going to be doing that. 6.3, the trust will expand to the remaining Heavensward dungeons. The deep dungeon is going to be implemented. The 6.4 and 6.5 will expand to all the Stormblood ones. Additional area for the Island Sanctuary. They're adding in the extra Pandemonium raids. Blue Mage is getting an update, but they're not quite sure when. So I'm kind of curious about that. I should really go back to Blue Mage. Another tribe for quests and dailies, Golden Saucer updates. They're adding in an extra 2 weeks per update, just to kind of give people extra time for holidays and testing. There's a lot more considering compared to Heavensward and Shadowbringers. There's gonna be a lot more content coming, so that's fun. Okay, that was a little bit of an aside. Let's actually go back to the Crystarium, I guess. Take this, Jepsen, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but should know to operate the tower systems in the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus from essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are that she still stands watch at the Ascensor Gate. Should she or anyone else ask after me, tell them I'm living my life to the fullest, that I'm happy, hardships and all. Well, we best be on our respective ways. God willing, we'll see each other again ere longer. Well, I wasn't seriously expecting to end up back at the Crystarium, but I saw the quest was called Return to the Crystarium, and even then I saw in the MSQ that it was just oh hey, the quest is called Return to the Crystarium, but I didn't seriously think that we would actually be going to the Crystarium. They would just be like a debate. It would just be oh hey, you thought we were going back to the Crystarium. No, we're not. It's just a thing. Oh, it's raining here as well. I do appreciate that they actually kind of gave me a reason to come back here as part of the story. It'd be nice if they kind of involved a lot of other places. If we had to go to Doma for some reason, if we had to go to Alamigo. I know we went. Oh no, we did go to Alamigo before we went to Gylemold, didn't we? It's just are we going to go to Doma at some point? Hey Lena, long time no see. Jepsen, you are returned. Hey guys. Have you been well? You and the others? As well as we can be. considering, you know, everything. Feel glad am I to hear that. I trust my lord is enjoying himself. Yeah, Graha's fine. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy, it fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Jepsen, for taking care of him. No. When you next see him, please tell him not to overexert himself, futile request though it is. Tell him that all is well here. The peace we give just continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on how we should run the city in the X-Dog's absence. Most are of mind that Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium. Representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say that. I cannot say there have been. Curious they should ask me this question though. Some days ago, Marine came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. Is Gaia going to be part of the main plot? Probably not. She and other Crystarium youths have hosted a festival, you see. See, I know. At least we know about the festival. I never got to go to that. Proves so popular there are already being plans for another celebration, not much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would have been more willing to confide in you. May I ask to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once. Take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I'll be along as soon as I can. Let me see Gaia. Let me see my sweet lesbians of darkness. I know. See, that was the thing. Like, Reen was kind of annoying to start with. But, like, Reen definitely grew on me as a character. Like I think Reen grew on me more as a character when Thancred wasn't around. Like, when it kind of felt like Reen actually had something that she could be doing that, you know, was actually like, hey, this is her thing. This is kind of her moment. Like, she gets the spotlight for a little bit as a treat. Like, yes. I don't know, I just like the characters definitely grew on me. The characters definitely grew on me. Oh. Hey guys, I'm back from the main universe. We good? Is everything alright? No? Great. Oh. I say when I pretty much come here like every couple of days just to do the nuts board. Because it's not great experience compared to, it's like what, like 67,000 per mark, which isn't like a lot, but at least it's like a decent chunk for anything that's under level 80. Like it's still decent for that, considering the ones for Endwalker are like 20,000 per thing. Following events cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Okay, chat, we're in for the long haul here. We're in for the long haul. I hope everyone for a bathroom break. Do my old eyes deceive me? Is that truly Jepsen? Oh hey, it's Becklug. It is. Full glad I see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us. And at this most opportune time, in case you haven't heard, we're planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's Return. With this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's people. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours will be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, subject is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. Thumbs up. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you can indulge me for just one now. In your quest to restore the night, you face many formidable foes. Among them, who offered you the greatest struggle? Titania, driven there by light, Vorthree, whose most guided self-righteousness, Hades, who bore the burden of his people. This may come as a surprise, but, which do I find hardest? I'm thinking about the fights. I think I don't know, I wouldn't have said they were all, any of them particularly difficult. I kind of had more trouble with Eden than anything. Vorthree was the kind of one I went into with the most sort of like, right, I want you dead. Titania, I kind of felt completely indifferent to, and Hades, or like Emmett. I mean, Emmett did kind of have a point, but they just kind of went around it about the wrong way. I'll say Emmett. Ah yes, Hades. He who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was the final obstacle in your quest to restore the night, your battle in the depths of the tempest, the stuff of epics. Yet compelling as it is, I wrote that mere words wouldn't do justice to that fateful confrontation. Not that we think to omit it entirely, of course. No, at the very least, you'll impress upon readers that it was the climax of your hero's journey. Ooh woo. I know you love to talk his ear off, Morin. We should really be on our way. These documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course, and afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treatise. Till next time, then. Do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend, in particular, reminding him not to overexert himself. Again and again, until his ears fall off, if that's what it takes for him to take it to heart. Also, hey, can we talk about, I've mentioned this before on stream, but can we talk about how, like, oh, pardon me, how nice Jonathan Bailey is to look at? Like, when they were just like, oh, hey, Grahati's voice actor is going to be on Drag Race, it was like, oh, and then it was just like, oh no, he's cute, oh no. Gasp, is that the Warrior of Darkness? No, this is Patrick. Oh, it's these fucking kids again. It's him, it's really him. What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. I'm a healer. I'll be fine. Best not, Ricky. You don't give him a stomachache. You come to see Morin. We come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight. First, we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arco isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking an axe, or the sword, maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows about lots of things. He isn't here? Aww. Oh, where do you ask the Warrior of Darkness to choose for you? Well, I mean, you have a mage. You have a healer. Realistically, you should be a tank. What do you think suits Arkle best, axe or the bow? I mean, they don't want 3 ranged people, so I guess the sword. The sword, if you took up the sword, you could be just like... Brandon, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that star, maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Is this kid gonna come back later in like 8.0 and just kick my ass? Like thematically, I think that would be funny. Just like a little thing that you think is just like, oh, this won't matter in like 3 expansions. Such fun he's been having basking in the adoration of old musty bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does he spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited, and he won't so much as acknowledge the presence of his beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing our sapling is. Cold, cruel, and heartless. Is this fair? Oh. Yep. If you truly missed me, you would have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call with twice the passion next time. Though if that be a next time, you'll have a few struggles to overcome. My adorable sapling. The world's on the verge of destruction, is it? Yeah. How do I know this? Joined as we are, spying you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Well that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so do we follow. Such is our way. The most I can do is for you is spare you the pain by giving you the sweetest of eternal dreams. Okay, she's just gonna kill me in my sleep. Great. But if escape's not to your liking, you must struggle with your fellow mortals. But there is one, but here are the ones you were waiting for. Oh, what manner of conclusion awaits the tale's end? I imagine this would be really nice if I hadn't already just done most of this stuff, like, really recently. Oh, and she didn't bring Gaia with her. Oh. My apologies for the delay. Jepsen, it's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so shall I leave you to it? I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. And just let anyone wander in. I'm relieved to hear that everyone is well. I've had this feeling, like in the pit of my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Heidelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, the connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, and then close, then distant again. And then, the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. Yeah, that's not very good. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. Jepsen, what are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. I mean, Reem deserves to know as the Oracle of Light. Like, considering all she went through, she's basically a scion. She deserves to know. wasn't my imagination then. The tomb you witnessed in Amarot's come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first. So don't worry about us. Please, look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. Aww. Yay. Aww. So you're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting on my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now. We'll see each other again. I'm certain of it. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Oh, I did not mean to use tetragram. It would have been nice if they'd have kind of brought Gaia in. Just be like, well, even if Gaia's in the background, just be like, oh. Like, even if Gaia's in the background, it still would have been nice for Gaia to be there. Like, even just like the thematically thing of just like, you know, if you haven't done the Eden stuff, you know, you wouldn't really know who Gaia is, but like, it's under the assumption to be like, oh well, like, most people would have probably done it. Like, I mean, the Eden stuff was some of, like, a couple of the fights were a little bit like, this could be a little bit better, but like overall, the Eden quest line was just really enjoyable. It was just like nice, kind of meeting the new, like, you know, seeing kind of Gaia, you know, meeting Gaia, kind of seeing Reen kind of develop, you know, actually having kind of what could arguably be, like, you know, canonically queer characters in the game, because, like, I mean, they don't say it, but, you know, we all sit here thinking, like, you know, we're all sat here thinking, like, you know, I don't have the camera on today, but I'm doing like the the little NAS sort of like floppy hand thing. Yep. 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 Okay, let's go have a chat with Elidibus then. Ah, Master Jepsen, welcome back. The captain's told me all. Give the word, and I'll show you to the ocular. Proceed to the ocular, I guess. How badly can this go? Well, I haven't been here in a while. Wait, what? Was that a memory, or what? I'm confused. Oh, we have to say voice acting for this, but I don't like the sound of that. Whenever there's voice acting, it's either very good or very bad. Why do I feel like this is going to make things worse? Why do I feel like this is going to make things worse?
Subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream.
No, hey dude. How you doing?
You. Why have you awakened me?
I kind of need a favor.
I no longer sense those places beyond. Or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
Yeah, we kind of killed Zodiac. My bad. Kind of got taken over by Fandaniel, and yeah.
So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear.
Yeah, this is fully my bad. Fully my bad.
If this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Yeah, my bad.
Why apologize for receiving a favor of the defeated? If it sits ill, consider it payment for freeing Lord Zodiac from servitude. Where to begin? The end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes. A conclusion drawn by him. Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him. Long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place.
What?
A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes.
What?
That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction.
I don't know if the music just cut out.
Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived.
Uh-oh.
Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis.
What?
No. I did not. But I did.
a lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief.
What?
In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy.
I don't like where this is going.
As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment.
What?
Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed.
Are we gonna trust this guy?
Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For
Okay.
the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final gaze.
Yes, we can't go back and change anything and then...
Reshape the
Yeah.
past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come.
Yeah, even if I want to change anything, no dice.
In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
Don't really have a choice, do I? Gotta advance the plot somehow.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act.
Well, thanks for helping in the end.
The commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded.
Why do I still feel like something's gonna go wrong?
Magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream.
Well...
Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back.
Well, thank you, Elidibus. Like, you were an asshole. But, in the end, you're doing something good.
Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden and the solitude.
Okay, we're gonna totally Oko this bitch.
You and your champion to save our star.
Let's totally Oko this bitch. Return to the past, I guess. Well, this is not what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to be like, let's go see Reen. It'll be a nice little trip. And now we're suddenly traveling to the past? But, like, I know we're traveling to the past, but are we traveling to the past of the first or of the source? Yeah, Q Code Lyoko theme, exactly. Hello, Mike. How we doing? How was the rest of your D&D planning last night? I'm very confused. I am much confusion. Well, that's good. See, that was one of those. I was doing dinner. I was doing dinner while you were doing that, and at one point I like fully checked out. I was I do. It's one of those things. I kind of want to do D&D because like I know a lot of people that play it, and my friend sent me a picture of like Draconium that he's playing, and I'm just sat here just be like fanning myself and be like horny bonk. I know it's like I wouldn't call myself a furry, but I do look at buff dragon men, and I'm just like oof, like oh lord. Now where am I? Okay, am I in the past of Amarot? Welcome to El Pace. Why does it have to be called El Pace? D&D is fun, but it's a lot. I know it's a lot of numbers, and I don't do numbers. I don't do numbers well. The man sounds used to you by the Aetheryte-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. Is Elizabeth warned? It appears your form is intangible. Best player who knows whether from a patient. Yeah, I think that'd be one of those things. Like if I was going to play, it would be like a hey, I would be playing with people that already know what they can do, and they just be like, right, just do this, do this. The device is reminiscent of an Aetheryte. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. Yeah, I couldn't do 3 campaigns. This is the right place, yes. Propylaeon? Judging by the woman's words, the facility is called Propylaeon. Or Lion. Wait. No. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing. It seems neither does she. Yeah, like I know Louis does Boop Dungeons on a Friday night, which is like Louis, NCJ and Loso, Drunky, CM, and I'm just like, I mean, it seems fun. I think that'd be one. I think it'd be one of those like I would just rather be like a NPC voice in the background and be like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Let's. Now, assuming you've made it to your destination. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the fantasy moon kept in the Mara Lamatorium, recreated Amarot. It's a great joke between me and my friends about friend who was new to D&D. When the DM asked what he wanted to do, he said, I would like to use improvise. Oh god. You gesticulate wildly and shout in all manner of greetings and obscenities. The man does not so much glance as your general direction. Yeah, I'm just like looking up at this tall man, so I'm just like, oi fucker, oi, 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 oi. I'm just like hitting him with my rod. Not like that, but like, I'm just like, oi. He's just like, nah. Just a great wholesome moment. We do like wholesome moments here. Sometimes with the W, sometimes without the W. Steady door. Suspect the door leads outside. How do I open it? I'm a ghost. Surely I can just phase through this. Surely I could just like Danny Phantom my way through this door. Like, if I am intangible, surely I could just walk through this. Emmett. I recognize that voice.
To what do we owe the honor?
Emmett.
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
You're welcome to stay.
But different.
Of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
There's a pandemic. I'd rather not. I'd like to keep it on, please.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
La Habrea?
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, it is our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Is this Emmett and La Habrea? Oh, that one's Emmett. Then who are you? Oh. Zemnis?
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
Why does he look more like Zemnis than he does Emmett? What is this, the world that never was? Is this the Kingdom Hearts crossover that, you know, nobody asked for, but we're almost certainly going to get at some point? And who are you?
You see it too, yes?
Uh-oh. Busted. Uh-oh.
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
They know I'm here.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
I thought you were Emmett, so who are you?
Suppose he created it. Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's his spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
I did see that people were wondering whether we were ever going to see Azem's face.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words.
And they were just like, oh, and the devs were just like, yeah, no, we're not going to give Azem a face.
Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Is that purple? Oh, with my yellow tinted glass on, I see grey and slightly different grey.
Why, a dear friend, of course. One
like,
who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as By accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts? Go unrewarded?
Like, I know that's Emmett. The grey-haired one is Emmett. I'm thinking purple hair is either La Habrea or Fandaniel. I've already forgotten the voice.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Wrong on both counts. It's someone I already know. They wouldn't say familiar voice if it wasn't. Oh, and somewhere new. I got experience.
You may open your eyes.
La Habrea is related to the Pandemonium, though. Oh, okay. Considering this seems to be the end of anime, here's all the characters you've met before arc.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
Thanks.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings.
Oh, it's you!
Chief of the Bureau of the Architect.
It's you!
Sulking beside me is the most honourable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14.
You're the one I met at Amaro as the Phantom.
And how might we address you, my new friend?
Oh, no.
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words.
I was wondering how Emmett came back into the plot.
Whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here.
I knew Emmett made his way back into the plot in some way. That was a spoiler that I'd seen, but I wasn't sure how.
Or cannot say. Allow me to ask a different question then.
I time traveled here. Well, I time traveled from a different reality into this reality by Elizabeth. Because shit's kind of going down, and the final days is kind of happening. Because we killed Zodiac. Oops.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps as in wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If he truly wished to be here, then he would be.
Yeah, because I read that Emmett Selk is one of the people that joins us in the trust system in this expansion. So I did see that.
If we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend.
So I am wondering...
And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion.
Yeah, so I am wondering how Emmett gets involved.
With Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work.
Like, because I was thinking, hey, did Emmett survive somehow in the present?
This is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
Also, with the nature of time travel... With the nature of time travel and what they've said...
Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here.
Am I to assume that Emmett that we met in the first already knew it, or like Emmett Selk, who was involved in Stormblood and in the first, already knew about us when we met him the first time because of this?
My friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
Oh, fuck off. Not another Sky Island place. Oh, no. Didn't we learn from the Sea of Clouds that Sky Islands suck? Oh, it's Argus. Oh, in Heidelin.
This presence.
I'm confused. Oh, it's Axolotl, but you don't pronounce it like that. Oh, and it's the Telethia. Okay.
Visitors! We have visitors!
A lot of little things are slotting into place. Now I'm actually at a point where seeing the spoilers for the bird people isn't so much of a spoiler now.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I have questions. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. 12 Wonders. And I have answers. Yeah, don't nobody give me answers. I have questions. Namely, no, come on. Namely, with the fact that... No, hush. With the fact that, like, you know, we're meeting Emmett here, we're in the past. I assume this is the past of the Source? So, Emmett, like I said, Emmett that we met in Storm, that was introduced in Stormblood, but then became the main antagonist in Shadowbringers. Did that Emmett already know about us because of this? Is anything that we do here, like, I'm assuming we are going to do something here, now that we have a corporeal form, that will fuck everything up and make the stuff that is happening with the final days worse. I'm going to assume that's going to happen. Like, what happened to the bird people? I'm assuming they're going to answer what happens to the bird people, because I know there's more than just that blue one. Yeah, I'm assuming that the bird people are probably going to be one of the tribes, because I know the elephant people are one. The Loperites are probably going to be the second. I'm going to assume the bird people are the third. So how are we doing stuff in the? How are we able to freely travel to the past whenever we want, considering how much energy it seemed to take Elidibus to the point where it completely wiped him from existence? I have a lot of questions. And then my other one being, why did the devs think, oh, well, let's do another flippin' Sky Island area? Because we know how much the last one was ass. Ugh. This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why it feels as though you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magic allows us to bring forth anything we desire, be it an animate object or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, and they almost all undergo evaluation in the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. Such a fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say that you'll be touring it with us. I have more questions. Now then, our friend Hermes. Aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are that he'll be in the main observation hub, so let's seek him out there first. Tired as you are, however, you stand out there a little too much. Our dear friend Emmett Selk wishes to keep a low profile for his errand, so do you know how to make a robe? Basic concept will do. I'm not a weaver, I didn't pick that class up yet. No, in that case, Emmett Selk? No, your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite materials. Like, I'm also kind of confused as to just kind of Emmett in general being here, and like what it kind of means for like the implications of Emmett being here compared to what we eventually find out, or like, you know, when we eventually meet him in his timeline. And like if he somehow ends up coming back with us. Yes, these creatures should suffice. Because he seems to be like enemy turned ally in this. An etheric rope I want you to use to capture, shall we say, 2 petaludi. There are 3 species, I believe. Any 2 kinds should survive. Now, I should mention that strength of the rope is tied to, no pun intended, strength of the user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you need to weaken the petaluda first. Good luck. Oh, thanks. At least, like, the enemies having a level here kind of serves a purpose. At least that kind of serves a purpose to be like, oh, I'm still, like, you know, I've travelled kind of far. I am etherically pretty thin, so it actually kind of gives, you know, a reason why I would have a level. That wasn't so bad. Got the petaludo. Come, let's see. Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. Now for a spotter aversion. I have seen like a few people wearing this kind of cloak around, so at least that kind of answers where people get it from. It's nothing fancy, but we're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. Well, not just like that. You need to revert them to the constituent ether first. Lest you wonder why I asked for 2 species, it's due to the difference in their etheric balance. Blending them allows us to produce garb with superior etheric stability. Well, and good disguise and educate it. Well, good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. I mean, they have a point. Itself speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who you think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best simply say that you're familiar. The question is, whose? Ah, of course, Asm's. You say belong to him. People will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behaviour. Exploiting our associates' absence. For lack of his presence, absolutely. Were he here, he'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. Bear with, I'm doing another stream tweet. I'm trying to say where I am in the vaguest way possible in the tweet. With that, your story is settled. Let's continue with our errand. Thanks, I got the ugly cloak. Great. Is this gonna be like that one Stormblood quest where I have to wear this cloak? I'd rather not. It does look ugly. And that being said, I did wear that I did wear the coat, like even though I kind of didn't have to just for the glam. No, okay, good. Okay, good. If you're ready, let's continue along the path to the Anagorasis. The place serves as an observation hub and residence both. Someone should be there. Someone should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Plus, I mean, I haven't attuned to an ether crystal yet, so I don't want to travel back and then have to travel all the way, like go to the first, go to the Oculus, just to come back here. Yep. Now we play. Is this place going to be more or less of a pain to navigate than the Labyrinthos? Because I like Labyrinthos, like, aesthetically, but, like, God, it sucks to navigate. Especially if it's just like, oh, hey, I don't have access to the elevator, and if I need to switch between floors, I just can't. Like, if I need to switch floors, I need to, like, walk. Yes, can I help you? I wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him? Well now, Bowmaster, I assume you're one of the 14. I wasn't aware there would be a visitation. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I'm sure you'll find him in one of the pools here. Pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work. I say, Hithalabius. I've never met Hermes. You know him well, do you not? That being the case, can you simply find him by his ether? Aye, that I could. As you know, Emerselk and I can discern the colour of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly from great distances. With the skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt it would be a waste of opportunity. We have to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment, like as not, but point taken. Going to accompany us, and you yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he's short dark hair. So you know, it's because we're in Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. Special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. It's all common sense, but I would assume but I would not assume you possess any. Oh, rude. Yeah, it's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance. I thank you for humouring me. Come, let's find our man. But first, I am going to attune to an ether crystal. And see if I walk past this ether current while I'm here. I will admit at this point I'm a little bit nervous as to what the last area is, because I am aware of an area that we go to later on, but but I'm under the assumption that that is exempt from the the final area, or like it's the final area, but it's not the final like open area that we can go to. Is this gonna be in this person's house? Oh, I wasn't expecting to actually be able to come into the house. Oh well, I can't do anything in there. I guess it's on the I guess it's around the back of the house. Like I know, I do know, I have seen like the last area that we visit, but I am assuming that there is. Yeah, I'm assuming that there is another area after this. Like there's normally 6, and I'm pretty sure I've only seen 5. Yeah, because it was Thavnir, Garlemald, Labyrinthos, the Moon, Elpis. Yeah, I'm assuming there's somewhere else. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, like this would be like there because I haven't done a thing yet. Hmm. Hmm. Excuse me, I'm looking for Hermes. Hello? Hello? Is there a Hermes? Ooh? Oh, over there. Hello, Hermes. I'm gonna stand on your axolotls. Ooh. Telethia. I don't trust you, Telethia. Okay, I'm gonna go for a quick bathroom break because all my tea is kind of going through me. I'm like halfway through my pot, and there's currently an ad break going on, so I won't like do another one. I think there's one going on. But yeah, I will, use this opportunity, have a stretch. Oh, that was a good stretch. Yeah, have a stretch. Nip to the bathroom, refresh your tea, refresh your drinks, all the good stuff. And I will be back in a moment. Ooh. 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 Ooh, I return. Maybe. Hopefully the thing will actually switch scenes. There we go.
You are...
Why do I have a bad feeling about you?
Oh. Different. You're different too.
It's rude to say that.
We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends? May we please be friends?
Ah, I see you found him.
Hitledeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation.
Emmett Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
I still don't trust you, Emmett.
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteor. It means shooting star.
Oh. I know that name.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait in the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
And Amistoma is missing.
Oh, am I gonna have to find one?
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
How to get a tree?
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
Who is putting axolotls in trees?
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Neutron created a sky-swimming fish. The Amistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however. Excuse me.
I'll help too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
Put the rest of them in trees.
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
Great. I know this is helping out for the plot, but like... Really? We're really playing Fetch the Abystoma, aren't we? We're really just like, hey, they're stuck in trees, get them out the trees. Bird of Elpis, good name. Hey, excuse me, little friend, would you mind getting out of this tree, please? Oh, there you are. Yep. Seems Hermes Meteon, I found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an Ambystoma. Or Ambystoma. Yet there was safely being safely extracted from the tree, or extricated from the tree. Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament. Oh, I didn't even see Hermes in the tree. I didn't even see Hermes in the tree. The Abystoma. Hermes saw it high up in the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him, and he slipped. You good? Grunt, no, I'm fine. Just a little embarrassed. Now, for your own safety, please come back. Ugh. Hermes, you're right. Quite right, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Meteon. Both you and, Jepsen. Jupiter Jepsen, you are called. Intriguing name. Somewhere reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. You may be able to fly, but doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh no, I'd forgotten all about its fellows. They're being watched, it's fine. Truly, what a relief. I must thank Emmett Selk and Hithilodius when I return to them. But first, with the distractions out of the way. As Chief Overseer of Elpers, permit me to welcome you to our facility. If you'll enjoy your time here. Thanks. Looking at how many quests I've gone through already, like... Yeah, I think it's going to be really ambitious if I want to finish Endwalker on stream before Friday. Have you found the way with Amistoma? This is the picture of relief. Well, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Let's return to the, Anagrosis. Up. 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 My apologies for the trouble. I want your kind assistance. Will the Ambistomas are safe and well? I will presently send them back to their space. If you'll go ahead to the main building. Upon entry, you will see tables and chairs, a meeting area. We may speak there. Very well. Take care to not let the creature slip away again. I'm hoping that a lot of the little islands around this place are just for aesthetic and they're not actually like, you know, thingy. They're not actually like, you know, places I can go and they'll just be like, oh hey, like this is just like outside the thing. Because like this would just take forever to travel around. And I'm just like, ugh, ugh. Let's look at the stuff. Yeah, that looks fine. I feel like I need to get a new cane at some point, because I'm still using the augmented crypt lurker one. But all of these look kind of ugly. I know I just glamour them, but... So like none of these look very nice. Yeah, none of these look particularly appealing. They just look kind of simple. Armor of the Behemoth Queen. Oh, these... See, the armor looks good. The armor looks decent. Except for this one. This one doesn't look so... That one doesn't look so good. Nor does that one. No. The Last Unicorn, Falling Dragon, Rising Dragon, Behemoth King, Behemoth Queen. I do kind of like this one. How does this look? Oh, it's just bulky. It's just bulky. Yeah, no, I won't be using these. I will not be using these. Oh, the pants look fine. Those look okay. Those I would consider. Oh, let's... No, those don't look too bad. Not with the boots, though. Then what is what do these look like? Oh, that's okay. I do kind of like that. Oh yeah, there's a fate train here, but I do not have flight yet, so decided to open a shop to keep my little creation fed. My wondrous wares can be yours for the right amount of Bicol gemstones. I need to see where I can get like the vouchers from, because I had somebody asking me the other day where you get the gemstone vouchers from, and I didn't even know those were a thing. And I looked them up, and I don't know if there's like prerequisites I have to do, because the NPCs that I need to talk to weren't there. Yeah, the NPCs, the just a quick Google search was just like, hey, you need to talk to this NPC, and then you can do it. They weren't there. So I assume I might have to finish Endwalker first. Okay, bye, Emma.
We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins. What? Will I have to remove you by force?
Yeah, there's kind of reasons why I can't talk about where I'm from.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
I do not object to his attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Thanks, bestie.
Perhaps, but I believe he can be trusted. Meteon would not have taken to him so quickly otherwise.
Well, that's good.
Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
Is that a concern?
As you wish, then. Behave yourself. Do you hear?
It's finally happened, then.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down and named you as his preferred successor.
Oh, wait. Wait.
In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure.
So is Hermes...
And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation.
So is... the Hermes we're meeting now the Fandaniel we met in the future? Or the present?
You and Fandaniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elbus.
Considering Fandaniel seems to be more of a moniker than it does a name.
If you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
Pass that torch, bestie, Uwu.
You seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Fandaniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to his star?
Of his own volition, yes. Like so many others have before him.
Return to the star? Does that mean... die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty.
Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom.
Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elvis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no, I've made her upset.
Oh.
Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Meteor just kind of looks more like dead inside than anything. You good, Meteor? Do you need a Capricon? I'm sorry, Jepsen. I didn't mean a walk. Perhaps you can go for a walk. Okay. Do you guys have any blackcurrant Capricon? No. Okay. I think I have some lemonade in my pocket. I have tea, I've got lemonade, I've lemonade, I've got carrot juice, I've got mulled tea, I have one cordial, oh what do I have here, what's this? It's some Moors, whatever that is. Oh, where have you gone? Oh, you're right there, I just walked right past you. I have some chocolates, they're a bit warm. It means get sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? About that. You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes? Oh, teach you. I can teach you. We could take turns. I tell you something, you tell me something. Sounds like fun. It will be. Where to start? Oh yes, let's talk about Memnon. You should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is. So I'll have him explain instead. Meteor is now accompanying you. Don't lose the child. I feel like this Rupp person is just like skipping their way through all this, and I'm just like, oh, like this story's pretty good so far. So, what do we have here? You look like a person. Your appear is quite thin. I assume you're familiar with Meteon? Like Meteon? Is it something you need? This is Jepsen. Did you teach me about Elpis? Ah, newly arrived familiar, is he? Very well, I should be glad to introduce our facility to him. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, hey, Zeno. We employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the world, for it would lead to chaos. No, any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subject to a rigorous study, in which we identify their properties, surmise what habits might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects they might have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged in a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. Two of you, too, were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So hear your masters well and be good. Do you hear? Well, Memnon. We will, Memnon, we will. Thanks for the lesson. You get a turn, and I get a turn. Where did you come from? From the Crystarium, I guess. Crystarium? I've never heard of it. But the place is important to you. I can feel it. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. Creation. Let's find a creation. We're not being watched. And I'll explain my power. Yeah, somebody's just button mashing their way through the cutscenes. I'm just like, well, like through the text, and I'm just like, don't be like me in Realm Reborn. Motionless bird. Hey, bird. Oh, this creation is perfect. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new? Anyway, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power. I can't read it. Maybe there's nothing to read? Wait, please wait, I'll try again. With you this time. Maybe don't do that with me. Uh-oh, Greetings, can you hear me? Meteor, you better not read anything you're not supposed to. This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me, and project my emotions to others in return. I'm not actually speaking to you in your mind. Rather, you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other non-verbal means. As a consequence, I'm clumsy at speaking. Yet though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbour an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I refrain from using my power when speaking to you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. Did you hear me? Good. Now it's my turn again. So what are you good at? Fighting, crafting, gathering, playing. It's secret. I guess crafting? Oh, not creating, but crafting? Putting things together with your hands. That sounds like fun. I can't use creation magics, but maybe I can learn to craft. God, is there going to be some sort of stupid lore thing, and this is going to be the same bird that I rescued earlier? Is this going to be that same bird from Labyrinthos, somehow time traveled to the present? Like, I've played enough 14 that I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd just be like, I would just be like, how is this bird going to help me? I think we might be bothering it. Let's keep on going. Let's see, we'll go and see Unith next. She's usually in a small building on the West Road. I don't know, I think it'd be fun if they did that and was just like, oh hey, like, you know, somehow bird time travel is a thing. But I don't know how they would justify it actually happening. Oh, that's not a thing I can walk into. Can I go into this house? I can. Some I can, some I can't. Okay. Oh well, if it isn't Meteon, I see you brought a friend today. Greetings, Unith. An apple. Could you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes. Covered in syrup. I want to share it with Jepsen. Oh, candied apple. Hermes is certainly partial to them, but you know you can't eat Meteor. You weren't made to do so. But I like it too. It may seem that way, but due to your ability to share others' feelings, you've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes soon. I promise. I'm sorry, Jepsen. I want to show you my favourite thing. Then I could ask about yours, but I failed. Yeah, tell her what you like. Oh, that's what you like? Yes, I can feel it. Your joy and happiness. And it makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing with me, Jepsen. Well, we talked, walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes has finished talking too. Shall we go and see? Looky looky. Oh, you actually have bird feet as well. Oh, weird. We good? There you are. I want to see if the fresh air has done Meteon good. Jepsen wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught him. About this place, about my power, about your favourite food. I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate you keeping Meteon company. While you're away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been deduced that myself and Hithalidius will accompany me as I tend to my duties. Which time, or perhaps you would like to come too. I'm compelled to remind you that he's in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at the Propylaeon. There is no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. I do not mind. To see the joy his presence brings Meteon, cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbours malicious intent. Jepsen is kind, really, truly. He taught me as much as I taught him. You're coming, of course. To watch Hermes? You're bound to learn lots and lots. Why do I feel like Meteon's gonna die? Why do I feel like this is going to be a, hey, become emotionally attached to Meteon and then gone? Ugh. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Bistoma. Have care when you step outside outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Okie dokie. Oh, and hey, some quests have popped up. Oh. I don't know how far I want to go in this today. Where are we at the moment? We're at like 3.5 hours. Where are we MSQ wise? We're in see, there's this quest, there's 2 more, and then I get access to this Aether Crystal, so I think I at least want to get up to here. Because these quests are... there's been a lot of cutscenes and a lot of stuff. I at least want to get to that point. If not, there's like 2 more quests, and then we get the Aether Current to the north, so depending on how long they all are... I might get to the one after that. This here is a new species of Petaluda we recently set loose. It's been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. I can see its observation period to the end without issue. We shall release it into the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? Also, yeah, the sooner I get through 14, the better, because I've seen I'm just like, I have TweetDeck open in another window, and somebody has retweeted a picture of, like, Meteon, but, like, it's like an artist drawing of Meteon in, like, a foresty looking area, and I'm just like, okay, the sooner I get through Endwalker, the less likely I am to just have spoilers retweeted onto my timeline. Especially as, like, people aren't actually tagging their Endwalker spoilers anymore. Like, you know, at least, like, people were tagging these Endwalker spoilers, but, like, bro, come on. Tag you spoilers. Like, tag your spoilers, come on. Like, I shouldn't have to just, like, mute accounts just to be like, oh, I don't want to see spoilers. Like, you know, I should just be able to tag, like, you know, mute Endwalker spoilers and just see nothing. New. It is the presence of a soul, yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it may resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what's living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation. It is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I have received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Okay. I hope the wildlife isn't hostile. Yeah, I can probably get to the 3087 with my white mage today, and then if I take... God damn it. Yeah, I can probably get my white mage up to 87 today, and then I can probably... Then if I take, like, you know, a sage into some of my dailies afterwards, I can probably get sage to 87 as well. And then depending on my attention span, I might take my Reaper or my Dancer into Tower of Zot in the Trust system, or just, like, run Tower of Zot, like, over and over again. and then just kind of like go through, just be like, oh well, I want the extra experience. Like I want to, like I'd like to have a couple of classes at like max level before I get to the end of the expansion. Just so I'm at least in a position where I'm like comfortable with a couple of things, so I can just be like, oh well, I can take this into the final fight. I can take that into the final fight. Ah yes, lightning pneuma, just as the report said. Although we call the structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, the element is lightning, which shows the pneuma here to replenish the ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Get to assist me in a seed and feed the pneuma. By using the this lightning converter, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. Veritable feats for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Okay, I guess I'll just do a little Kamehameha, I guess. A tasty little snack. Just like me. Probably done, Jepsen. Look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words? Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Meteon an arcane entity? Good question. I can answer it from the theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. And those with exceptional vision, such as Hithaladius, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. Choose herself, and that's all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry. I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note. But we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Okie dokie. I don't know how we're really going to explain this in the sightseeing book. Just be like, hey, what's this site you saw here? Oh, somewhere in the past. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. The less you think about it, the less weird it becomes. Is there anything over there? Oh, there's a couple of little islands. Oh yeah, there's a couple of little islands over there. Let me grab the ether point, the ether current. Southeast, like. I don't see it. Oh, there it is, behind the tree. Yep. What are we doing with the god blue?
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Okay.
So, how are we coming along?
Oh, the flower.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
So the flowers and the place share the name?
Enteleckies. Like me.
Into what now?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace.
Okay.
A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change colour, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Oh no. Why does Hermes' voice sound familiar?
It is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and
Why?
reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Why does Hermes' voice sound familiar? I don't like that. I've just kind of clocked on.
It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
I think I was right.
Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Antelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Entelecki!
Okay, well, I was kind of right thinking they were...
And no ordinary one at that.
Wait, they Telethia or Hyentia?
Possessed of free will.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether? Dynamis?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Hyentia. Oh, from Xenoblade 1.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteor?
Our star, Atheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
Not 69?
More abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay, I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Endwalker. Like me. So... are we the same? Endwalkers.
I mean, if you want... Sure.
I think not. Your nature remains a mystery, but ere I reinforced you, you appeared to be little more than a common familiar, and a faded one at that.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Endwalker make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear, I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Oh dear. You will? I think I might leave it there actually. Like my attention is kind of not on the game right now. And we're in kind of a war bit, so I kind of have to pay attention to what's going on, and I don't want to miss anything if I can. So yeah. Let's find a friend. I think I'll leave it though. I think I'll leave it actually. But yeah. Spain 14. Be good. Thanks. I will try, Lewis. I will try. Yeah. If you haven't already, feel free to drop me a follow. You can follow me on here, or you can go to the links in the link tree that I finally set up. You can go to the links in the link tree, and you have all my links. You've got like you got the Throne, you've got the Ko-Fi, you've got the YouTube, you've got here, you've got Twitter, you've got all sorts and odds and sods. We even have a couple of cheeky ones where I was like testing some new things, so feel free to go over there and have a look see. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow for probably I'll have a thing. I do want to see if I can do more Endwalker this week before Elden Ring comes out, but I do also kind of want to finish Evil Within. And I think I'm like just about halfway through that. So yeah, I've been Jepsen. It's been the Jepsen stream, and I hope that you, yes you, have a Jew per day. I shouldn't pronounce that. A Jew per day. That's like super, but with like a J. Okay, bye.